The town of Coral Cove lived and died by the sea. Its fortunes rose with the summer tourist swell and retreated with the winter storms. But for marine biologist Dr. Marina Vance, the cove held deeper secrets than lost lobster pots. Recently, the waves had been whispering strange tales. It began with the siren's tears. Local fishermen, the Grimes brothers, hauled in a net glimmering not with fish, but with hundreds of peculiar, opalescent seashells none could identify. They were beautiful, fragile, and emitted a faint, melodic hum when held to the ear. A week later, the brothers vanished. Their boat found adrift, engine dead, deck scattered with the same shells. Marina, tasked with the environmental assessment, felt a chill that had nothing to do with the coastal fog. Her examination of the shells revealed a bioluminescent property and a complex structure defying known taxonomy. Then, the sonar anomaly started. During her dolphin population surveys, her equipment picked up swift, intelligent shapes moving with purpose, at depths considered barren. They avoided the submersible cameras, leaving only shimmering, ghostly trails. Her only ally was Kai, a reclusive historian and free diver descended from the cove's original islander settlers. In his grandmother's crumbling journals, they found myths of the Lyrithians, ocean dwellers who could blend beauty and terror, whose songs could guide or drown. The journals spoke of a pact. The cove would protect their nearshore nurseries, and the Lyrithians would ensure bountiful harvests. A pact long forgotten by everyone but Kai's family. The mystery deepened when the cove's new benefactor, charismatic tech mogul Aris Thorne, unveiled his Neptune's Respite project, a state-of-the-art aquatic research and luxury spa facility built on the most remote, rocky point of the cove. Thorne was charming, funding Marina's shell research, but she noticed his private security teams diving at night near the construction site. Driven by suspicion, Marina and Kai dove at the same spot. What they found wasn't a geological formation, but a magnificent, crumbling archway of carved, bioluminescent coral, hidden in a deep crevice. It was an architecture of liquid grace, unmistakably intelligent, and it was directly in the path of Thorne's planned deep-sea pipeline. That night, Marina witnessed it. From her cliffside lab, she saw a figure on the moonlit rocks below Thorne's construction site. Not a person, a silhouette with a powerful, sleek tail that glimmered like abalone. It lifted its head and let out a sound, a haunting, desperate song that seemed to vibrate in Marina's very bones. The sea around the point suddenly churned, and the figure vanished. The next morning, 3 of Thorne's construction divers were found on shore, confused and murmuring about beautiful lights and lost time, their short-term memory erased. Marina now understood. Thorne hadn't just stumbled upon the site. He knew. The siren's tears were a warning. The vanished fishermen had likely threatened a nursery. The Lyrithians were defending their home, using their sonic abilities to disorient and scare. But Thorne's divers were wearing advanced, sound-dampening gear. The Mermaid's Lyrithians were escalating. The climax came during a violent storm. Thorne, desperate to secure his investment, ordered the initial pipeline drilling to begin. Marina and Kai, armed with proof from the archway and the journals, tried to alert the Coast Guard, but the storm had cut communications. They suited up and dove into the tumultuous bay. Around the drilling rig, the water was a chaos of shadows and light. They saw them 3 Lyrithians, 2 females and a male, their forms streamlined and powerful, their faces both alien and achingly expressive. They were not the gentle creatures of legend, but warriors. They wielded sharpened, resonant coral that shattered the drill's housing with precise sonic pulses. Thorne's security divers moved in with nets and acoustic weapons. A brutal, silent ballet ensued. Marina watched, horrified, as one Lyrithian was ensnared. Its agonized cry, a piercing frequency, shot through the water. Reacting on instinct, Marina swam not away, but toward the conflict. She pulled a siren's tear shell from her dive bag and, remembering the journals, scraped it against a rock. It emitted a piercing, specific frequency, the same one described as an ancient distress call. Everything stopped. All eyes, human and Lyrithian, turned to her. The lead Lyrithian, a female with wise, silver-streaked hair and eyes like the deep ocean, swam close. Marina felt a pressure in her mind, a flood of images. Nurseries of pearl, like eggs, the archway as a sacred gathering place, the deafening roar of the drills causing agony. It was a plea. Marina pointed frantically at the drill's main power conduit on the seafloor. The Lyrithian leader understood. She sang a complex, layered note. The sea itself seemed to obey, directing a focused, powerful current that ripped the conduit apart. Sparks fizzled in the water. The drill died. On the surface, Thorne's operation was in ruins. The storm, the equipment failure, and the arrival of the Coast Guard tipped off by Kai's grandmother, who'd seen the dive plans, ended his project. The Lyrithians vanished, taking their wounded with them. In the calm after the storm, Marina sat on the quiet dock. A single perfect siren's tear shell lay at her feet. When she held it to her ear, the melody was no longer one of warning, but of gratitude and an invitation. The mystery of Coral Cove wasn't solved. It had simply opened a new, deeper chapter. The whispering tides had a new listener, and the secrets of the deep were only just beginning to rise.